So graphing practice, we're going to look at just the first one. It says Mrs. Marslak is a wild driver. When she was purchasing her new car, she wanted to make sure that she had a car that had good braking power. Her hypothesis was, if I buy a car A, then it'll have the best braking power. To test her hypothesis, Mrs. Marslak went to several dealerships and asked for test information regarding different cars' ability to stop. Here's information that she gathered regarding how many meters it took for each car to stop when traveling 60 kilometers per hour. Now, here's my question. When you look at this, do you see any time involved? Are we measuring everything on the minute or anything like that? No. So what kind of graph should this be? Bar graph. It's just a forward, it's a quick snap, bar graph. Okay, so I'm going to make a bar graph. That's my first T for the type of graph. So I'm going to make a bar graph. That's what I know. Cool. The next thing I need to know then is, let's see, V. Where am I putting my variables, right? Now, there's a couple things to help you with this. If I go back to the hypothesis, right? Remember, the independent variable goes on the x-axis. If I test car A, and then the dependent variable goes on the y-axis, then it will have the best braking power. Okay. So that helps me out. So I'm going to put on this here, the type of car. I'm going to do this on the x-axis. And on the y-axis, I could put braking power, but really what we're measuring, right, is distance. Cool. So that's what we have going so far. So TV, dust. All right, so I need to make up some kind of little data table. It can be very simple. So this can be the kind of car, and this is going to be the meters it took to stop. So let's see, car A, B, C, D, E, and then the meters. When I read this, car A was 45 meters. Car B was 32 meters. Car C is 64. Car D is 95. And car E is 34. So that's all you need, some kind of little data table. So TVD, we got that. U units. Okay, it should be something and something. Type of car is just fine. But I would look at distance. I got distance. We have to give this a unit. Distance in meters. Okay, cool. And then let's see, OS spacing. This is one that gets people, but it's not that bad. So let's see, I've got 5 cars and 22 lines. Let's see, every 1 works, every 2 would only be 10, 3 is 15, 4 is 20, that works, 5 is 25, that's too many. But I can go every 4, right? So I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, A, 1, 2, 3, 4, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, C, 1, 2, 3, 4, D, 1, 2, 3, 4, E. Now, here's the trickeration part. I could do this and go up to 95 and it'd be up here, but my lowest numbers would be in the 30s. So I would only be using this little part of the graph. That's not very good. Well, how can we get away from that? Going back all the way to the essentials of graphing, you'll notice it talked about using hash marks. Anytime your lowest number is not 0, you can skip all the way up to your lowest data part number. It's like blowing up that part of the graph. But you gotta tell people you're cheating. So you're gonna say, okay, I'm cheating. These are hash marks, cheating. I'm going from 0, and let's see, my lowest number is 32. I'm gonna go to a nice round number near that. I'm gonna skip up to 30. So, because we don't care what happens below 30. They all made it to 30. We don't care about that. So we're going to cheat up to 30. Now, instead of having 95 points of data, now let's see, 95 is the top number, 30 is the bottom number we're cheating to. That means we only have 65 pieces of data to put in this. And we have about 20 lines left, right? So that works pretty good. So let's see, if I were to do that, if I go up by every 5, it should all fit in there. So I go 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. I guess I don't need to count out loud. You guys can follow along. That's pretty good. Is it using up the whole graph? No. Is it using more than half? Yep. No problem whatsoever. Then when you go to plot bars, you can make them as fat as you want. You can have them touching, I don't care. For the sake of this, I'm just going to use 2 bars. So the first one, I just go, okay, that's 45. Cool. I can shade it in if I want. You don't have to. Second one is 32. It's going to be somewhere in that neighborhood. C is 64. Again, I'm reading these right off my data table, so I know what I'm doing. There's 65. We'll be just shy of that. Again, you can make your graphs as pretty as you want. The lines don't have to be perfect. D is 95, all the way up there. And finally, E is going to be only 34. Cool. Half the graph this way. Good, I almost forgot the last T, which is the title. It can be just about anything. I guess I'll use braking power. And there's your first example. Great job, guys. Have a great day.